Guys, thank you so much. It is a true pleasure to be here. I would like to say this is the first time for me to be at Riga. I normally live in Spain, and I can definitely say that I was not prepared for this weather. But honestly, I feel like the Christmas vibe, so I'm very, very happy. Just before I start, I would like to know how many of you are entrepreneurs? Well, everyone is an entrepreneur here, but how many of you have startups? So can you raise your hands up? Okay, perfect. How many of you want to become entrepreneurs? Raise your hands up. Okay, how many investors in the house? It's kind of hard to kind of see. Okay, guys, perfect. Thank you. I just wanted to ask in order for me to tailor my pitch a little bit. So before I start, had to lead the art of leading a successful startup. Let's just say that leading the art is very messy because it's like a roller coaster when you are an entrepreneur. But before I get into the tips as well as what Tespack does, I'm just going to mention a little bit about my background. I studied in the technology industry at the age of 24 years old. Pretty tough, especially when you are a woman, and without mentioning that you are very young in order to show how much you're going to mess up, but no, showing experiences of how much you really messed up, sort of thing. I've been featured by Forbes 30 Under 30 twice for disrupting the technology industry. I'm also one of the advisory mentors for one of the programs of Her Majesty the Queen of England. So I kind of mentor more than 53 Commonwealth countries, helping the biggest NGOs and the best entrepreneurs under 30 to create and scale their projects, making it profitable, but at the same time, kind of creating a positive impact in society. I'm also one of the co-founders and the CMO at Tespack, and I am also one of the youth delegates at the Vatican City this year. So I'm an advocate for the SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals, on how to have a scalable startup with technology, but at the same time make a positive impact in society. Because this is the future. People are kind of changing their mentalities. Millennials are becoming more conscious about the environment. And honestly, as human beings, we should also care about our environment. Okay, so thank you. So in regards to Tespack, we are the best energy startup in Europe, awarded by the European Commission. We develop products for. We have also won more than 30 international awards. We have many customers from Vodafone, Intersports, TomTom, Microsoft. We just literally closed a partnership with Nokia with open network ecosystems. We develop all the energy solutions for United Nations, for the Red Cross, also for Plan International, and also for many rescue teams and military forces. But at the same time, we also work in the end consumer sector. Now, how many of you run out of battery? Okay, well, pretty much as an entrepreneur, your office is no longer your office. Your office is your laptop, is your phone. So I think if technology has evolved and developed to the point that you can literally work anywhere, why do you have to be plugged to a wall socket? It just doesn't make sense. So for that reason, we have developed products that allow you to be charged at all times. For example, a smart pack that allows you to charge your laptop up to 10 hours, your phone up to 10 times. We will also be launching the world's first solar smart helmet, which has ultra-fast charging capabilities. To give you an idea, it has 3,000 milliamps, similar to your smartphone battery, and you will be able to charge it in less than 8 minutes. If this wasn't good enough, we will also be adding IoT technology in it for you to be able to know where your charging stations around your location. Also, you will also be able to charge it through solar, so you will know what are the best ways to charge with the sun. I think this is one of the biggest issues in the market. People don't know much about solar energy, and instead of expecting for people to educate themselves, which is one of the biggest challenges, I think we as entrepreneurs and as startups, it is our job to educate consumers in the most fun way. And what better way with an application that shows you the best ways to charge, as well as show you when you're going to be running out of battery. And the power bank that you can see on the top, that will also have ultra-fast capabilities for you to charge within 8 minutes. And also, it will be hooked to your agenda. Because how many of you forget to charge, not just your phone, but also your power bank? So this will tell you, right now, you need to charge your power bank, or you won't be able to kind of make it to this meeting. So we'll be launching this next year. We also use our technology for a good cause, because we do believe that in order to grow, to grow and to support the world, you need to have equality in education. So we have developed these teacher solar backpacks that allow teachers to kind of even use projectors with our technology. So normally, rescue teams or special forces, they tend to climb 2 hours to educational centers in order to teach villages. It's not that the government doesn't want to help or support communities. It's just that it requires more than 2 million to create these massive industrial solutions. And for 50 families, well, sometimes they need to choose what is the main priority, and it will have a bigger impact on these larger scaled communities. So all our solutions are pretty much affordable, easy to use, so you don't require an engineer to pretty much teach communities on how to use it. And I think, you're pretty much cool looking. This will be the product being launched on January, which will be the smartest cycling backpack in the world. It has similar technology to airplanes, because it will have a black box. Now, this black box, it allows you to track any accident that happened, the date, the time, the ratio of the accident, and at the same time, it will contact your local authority within 2 minutes, if you don't deactivate it, that something has happened to you. Also, if you want, you can also add a loved one in the application, and this person will receive a message that you've been in an accident. Now, just statistically speaking, do we have any Dutch people in the house? Yeah? Okay. In statistics, Netherlands is the heaven for cyclists. But what it shows is that 2017, they have actually had more cycling accidents than car accidents within these last 10 years. It has been the highest rate number. So imagine what is the statistics in other places if Netherlands, it is the best place and they have the infrastructure. So it is important to even not just encourage people to do cycling, but how can you encourage people to do cycling when they're not even being provided the best tools? So it will also have LED lights to kind of indicate where you're heading, obviously mobile energy as well, and you will also have IoT features to see if someone steals your backpack, whether you're forgetting something on your backpack according to your agenda, and so forth. Now that you know a little bit about Tespack and also my background, I'm going to give you the top tips of what help us to kind of become so successful within these 4 years. I mean, there's still more to do, but at the same time, these are things that we have acquired as a team. So they are not taken by a textbook. It's literally things that we have actually utilized and learned through our experience. So don't work hard, work smart, train your people. These scenarios that you can actually see here, I think you can see the racing car, you see an airplane. And even if you're not an entrepreneur, I think right now social media, even society is telling you you need to go at a very fast speed. Now, if you're going to execute really fast in the beginning, because sometimes we tend to panic, and then we tend to just go and execute, then perhaps this may not be the right solution for the long term, okay? So a racing car will be faster than a plane when it comes to, racing in the beginning. But what you need to think is that later on, although the plane will take some time to pick up the pace and then start flying, but in the long term, the plane will arrive to the destination a lot faster than the racing car. Do you guys agree? Okay, so this is the thing that pretty much sometimes we as entrepreneurs, we forget. Because we are living in such a stressful environment that we try to execute all the time, that we actually forget what is the whole vision in the first place. And I think the biggest secret is actually saying no. Because when you're a startup, you have so many opportunities. Everyone comes knocking your door, and you try to also be very flexible with partners, with your projects, with your vision. But don't lose focus. Try to see what actually is good for your business. And the most important thing that I said is train your people. You have 24 hours in a day, 7 days in a week, and you're only one person. And the issue that we have is that if we work harder, if we work all the time, this is what we think, we're going to execute more. But then if you don't spend the time to train your members of staff or your employees or even your team members, then you're going to have jobs that are halfly done, and you're going to be the one having to go and finish them, which is going to take you away from the main objective that you need to do. Okay? Also, you have the turtle with the skateboard, and then you have bunnies kind of running, although they're fast. Now, it doesn't mean how good you are. What you need to do, there's technology all around you. What you need to do is find out the automatization tools, the right tools that will help you automatize the job that you can actually be doing in the first place. So instead of you trying to come up with, to work 24/7, because I'm the CMO, and also there's so many social media channels that you need to work and be doing individually one by one. You need to look for platforms where you can actually already pre-schedule your posts. I mean, this is just an example, but it can actually be applied to many fields on the startup ecosystem, for you to actually then focus on your next task. Because if you keep jumping from one thing to the other, then you're never going to get anything done. Okay, this is the amazing team at Tespack. Now, we're going to go into talking about psychology, okay? There's 16 types of personalities in pretty much that everyone will fit into one, okay? And the issue that we have as people is that we try to make people think like we do. And it shouldn't be that way. It should be trying to get people that think completely different to us. Why? If you're a visionaries are people that kind of see and forecast the future, try to come up with products. But at the same time, visionaries tend to kind of like jump from one thing to the other. Then you need also someone in the team that's going to tell you, no, let's execute this first. And someone as well in the team that's kind of like a researcher that before making any sort of decision says, hold on a second, let's find out the statistics. Let's see if the numbers back up what you're trying to say. And you see, so you need to have this type of personalities within your company in order to kind of make it scalable and also profitable sort of thing. But now I'm actually going to show you the top 5 personalities that I believe that you should have in your startup and even in your team or any project that you're trying to do. Okay, so this is in the beginning. This is pretty much me with the guys when we were really young, 24 years old, pretty much, there. And I always use this picture because I don't want to forget that energetic young person that we were once, well, that we were before. I was still energetic, but not so young anymore. So this is the core team. These are the co-founders since the beginning. We have the CEO, that's me, the CMO, chief of sales, and then the creative director. Now, the 5 personalities that you need to have in your company is basically the researcher, the person that kind of tells you, like, don't do that, it's not gonna go well, or people that are from financials, like, this doesn't go according to what is actually shown on the spreadsheet. You have the visionary, that's our CEO, the one that kind of just keeps coming with ideas and keeps looking at the future of energy, and that's how we design the products. I'm gonna jump to our chief of sales. He just loves selling. Now, it's pretty hard to kind of find people that really love selling because it's really getting used to rejections. So just to give you statistics, from 100 people, 99 will literally tell you no in your face, and 1 will tell you yes. So if you're an entrepreneur, just get used to it. I mean, just develop a hard skin. And then you have the creative person. It doesn't matter how good your technology is. It doesn't matter how good your service is or what you're trying to provide. If you don't have something that's catchy, if you don't have something that really stands out and calls attention, guys, nobody's gonna be interested in your product. And there's many examples in the market. I think this is one of the things that Apple really got it right. I mean, they're one of the best companies, but their branding, I mean, it's completely spot on. And then you have the leader. I mean, I'm the kind of motherly type. I'm always looking after our employees, training them, and making sure that everything is going smoothly, and also making sure that things are being communicated in a proper manner to the team as well as with us. So you really need all these personalities because you can't be all in one. Like sometimes I'm so for example, if you're so concentrated in creating so many projects, then you're gonna miss the projects that in the moment is gonna give you money. So it's kind of like juggling and helping each other to become the perfect person. If you see your hand, you have 5 fingers, and the 5 fingers have different shapes. It's the same thing with your team. Also, to finish it off, you have statistically speaking, 20% of the efforts that you make is gonna give you most of your 80% of the results. So find what is the thing that's actually making your business sustainable, concentrate on it, become the best at it, and then your profits is gonna go high up. Also, I think this is one of the things, in order for you to become a good startup, I think you need to make a positive impact. It doesn't matter whether it's creating the best service or technology, but I think right now we are going towards an era where pretty much if you don't take care of our world, we're not going to have a world in the first place to even provide this technology in the first place. So we really need to become conscious of the things we are doing as entrepreneurs in the technology. And also, I really liked what they said in the previous talk, not just think as an entrepreneur, but also think as a citizen. And I can tell you for sure, guys, if you create something that's really good and impactful for people, they're going to come back more than once. And I think that's the aim that you're trying to do. Not for people just to come back once, but for them to be your loyal customers. Also, it's been a true pleasure, but of course, because this is a Freedom Festival, Digital Freedom Festival, and these people are so cool, we're going to be giving away a free product. And if you guys feel free to tweet, make sure you tag the event, make sure you tag Tespack. And at the end of the day, we're going to be providing a solar waterproof power bank for you guys to be powered. Also, we're giving away 20% off on any of our products for you guys to be powered. So if you're an entrepreneur and you need to charge your laptop on the go, feel free to use it. But for this Christmas, we have this amazing campaign that if anyone purchases a solar backpack, we're going to be donating 1 solar panel to Save the Children or Plan International, which are the biggest NGOs, in order to support the educational side on rural areas. Thank you very much.